we're here with we've decided, Matt, we're calling these micro interviews. So we're here with another micro interview with Matt Torres, the CEEIEIO of Brew Programming.
Yeah, official.
Thanks for being here, Matt.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, first off, where are you based out of?
Right now, for the next year, is Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, so we got some beef then, because I live in Austin.
Okay.
And there's a migration apparently of Austin to Nashville.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, Austin was actually on my list of places. So it was Nashville, Austin, and Denver.
Nice.
And I landed on Nashville. So
anything? Did you just fall in love with it?
So I was out there quite a bit the year before, and I have a couple of college teammates of mine that live out there.
Nice.
And so that was the big differentiating factor, was knowing people already in the city and not having to find like a new group of friends.
Start from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. And I know a few people out in Austin.
Yeah.
And then Denver has the mountains.
Right.
So now I snowboard. So that was like kind of figuring out what is what, and I'm happy I'm in Nashville.
I've heard great things. I'm a member of a gym actually that just opened up a location out there called the Collective.
Yeah, they're coming to actually March. It's actually it's not too far from my place, so I'm excited for them to get out there as well.
Nice, man. They have it's. I know you're more functionally fit than I am. Of course, I'm very dysfunctionally fit, but that's come up in 2 interviews already. We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
But anyhow, they have a bunch of the Prime equipment. You ever use that stuff?
I haven't.
Oh man! So you could load the different ranges of motion based on the plate location. So you can make the stretch more difficult, you can make the mid-range more difficult, or the squeeze more difficult.
Really?
So you can micro load.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, game changer.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out when I get in there.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, Matt, I got a question ready for you. Then we're gonna do the magic fishbowl of content.
Okay.
And then we'll talk a little bit about just where you're here presenting and talking about.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do it. So, question for you, Matt. When you were programming, how do you balance data, just that you've accumulated through the years of doing it, what technology's telling you, et cetera, et cetera. How do you balance that with your own intuition just from years having been on the floor?
That's a good question. So I think what separates coaches, number one, is having the intuition and the data in the same vantage point.
Right.
The data is very, very important. A great example would be this. If I have an athlete that ran a 5K in 25 minutes, a year ago, that's a big priority, especially nowadays with running, even being shown in the open in a shuttle, type of test. I have to know that this is a priority. This is the time. We're going to run a 3-month cycle. We're going to retest. And I have to see where that data is, right? Did it go from 25 to 23, or did it go from 25 to 24:30? It's a very different thing. And then also along with the data is going to be the athlete's subjective feedback as well throughout it, right? What did I feel? At what point did I feel like, there was a limiter? Was it a leg limiter? Was it a heart rate limiter? Those are all data points that we utilize throughout, so that it helps me create a better progression moving forward. Because we don't always get it right when we're creating these programs.
Sure.
And nor do the athletes. And so every single cycle, we have to look at the data to make sure that we are trending in the right direction, so that athlete's getting fitter each time. And so if you take the 5K as an example and apply that to everything, strength movements, gymnastics movements, mixed modal movements, testing open workouts, testing semifinal workouts, testing rogue workouts. It's very, very important. I even think now with, we have rogue coming up around the corner next weekend.
Yep.
There are different tests that we're running. I think the athlete, it could be a limiter for them or like a weakness workout for them. And so we'll run it, see where they're at, and say, okay, they've improved this, so we don't really have to focus on that. Maybe these other areas we can focus on. So it's critical to know the data.
You just using your example, the 5K, just kind of a adjacent question to that. Have you noticed, does there seem to be like a fervor of interest right now in the endurance side of things? Like if there's one end of the spectrum that's a little bit more strength training, hypertrophy, another end of the spectrum that's a little more endurance focused, like it seems like the wind is blowing in that direction. Am I crazy to think that?
Not at all. I think it's because running seems to be becoming cool again. There's companies blowing up everywhere. I mean, we grew up on like the shoe companies,
Yeah.
but now there's the attire and the apparel companies, and then there's even the running culture that's developing as well. And so I think globally it looks cool to do it, but also I think globally, in the realm of running, is health and fitness is becoming cool
Yeah.
as you age.
Right.
So I think, we see 5K everywhere. I don't know about you, but I see marathons all over the place. Everyone's training for a marathon. And it's actually wild to me that people are like, I want a sub 3 hour, as if it's like this easy feat, like
Yep.
it's wild, because even when I was growing up, I would hear marathon and be like, that is nuts. You're going to run for 26 miles. That's crazy. And now people are like 3 hour, next time is going to be 250. And then like 3 years later, like I'm at a 240,
Yeah.
which is insane to hear. But yeah, I think, in general, including the 5K, we're seeing that a lot more nowadays.
I mean, Strava just got bought for, what was it, like 2.2 billion or something like that just a few days ago.
Yeah. And I'm a Strava user too. So, you can understand, the potential behind it.
I was hoping you were going to say Strava investor. I was like, you're paying for dinner, man.
Missed that mark, man. I wasn't a runner yet.
I tried to being in Austin, like run clubs or everything. There was actually a run club so big in Austin that they shut them down because they were making them get a parade license.
Really?
Because there were that many people showing up to the run club.
Which club was it?
I think it was called Raw Dog.
Okay, I've seen that one.
It was like very Gen Z. It was
Yeah.
a lot of young people. I guess the original intent was like, who needs dating apps when you just have run clubs?
Yeah,
But I mean, it's kind of cool to see the younger generation go away from the traditional like party scenes and like we can have fun at 8 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
4
it's
a.m.
also pretty cool. It's like you enjoy the same thing I enjoy, general health and fitness, and just being a healthy individual.
Right.
And what's a better way to meet someone that already shares similar value as you?
Right.
You would hope that they actually do, and they're not just there to like find their significant other.
Right.
They're like, it was all a facade, it was fake. The
walkers in the back. They're like, yeah, I'm totally into running. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, they got their makeup done, their hair's done.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
True runner.
But are you ready for the fishbowl?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here you go. Rummage around in there. Maybe you'll get the lottery ticket.
Yeah. I was eyeing this one down. I kind of rummaged, but chose the one I was eyeing down.
All right, I like that. We'll see what it is.
What's the biggest shift you've seen in the CrossFit community over the last few years? Ooh, okay. Give me a second to think about this one. So I'm not thrown into the CrossFit community as much anymore. The biggest shift I've seen recently, I would probably say more inclusion of other fitness
modalities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like a great example would be like they're open to doing Hyrox.
Mm-hmm.
They're open to doing weightlifting meets. They're open to doing 5K runs, half marathon runs, marathon runs, triathlons. Whereas I do believe back in the day, like, I'm speaking in terms of 2013 to 2019, it was a lot of, we liked being different.
Yeah.
CrossFit is like, we want to be called those psychopaths, because we felt very special about it.
Yep.
Where now it's, we don't really have as many walls put up about, oh, those Hyroxers over there. It's like, well, let me go try that. It looks fun.
Yeah.
And so I think that has probably been, from my perspective, the biggest shift that I've seen, which is great because it showcases what CrossFit is able to do, and so, you can go out there and be like, Hyrox, for example, we literally do all those things a lot for the most part. And they'll probably do much better than the general population, right? Because they're being shown those movements, the wall balls, the carries, the ski, the row, the run, so on and so forth. So I think that's been a pretty cool shift.
Yeah, it seems to me, I'm not a specialist in training for CrossFit by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems to me like doing CrossFit in combination with some basic running training is a pretty awesome program to prep oneself for Hyrox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's good. It's cool to do well in Hyrox, but I think it's pretty cool to showcase that you're a CrossFitter doing Hyrox.
Yeah.
You know, because again, you're like, oh, like you could see it very clearly. It's like, that's why I do it. Whereas like in the past, it was just the open where you get to see the change.
Yep.
But now because people are doing other modalities, you can see a lot of that crossover. So it's cool.
Yeah, I think it seems to me like it's just an expansion of that functional fitness realm, because like if you're into that, if you want a broad variety of skills, but you're leaning a little bit more towards endurance, Hyrox is a great option. If you lean a little bit more towards the well-roundedness and also some of the strength movements, CrossFit's, nobody does it better. So, I think we're really just becoming even more hybrid, if nothing else. We're becoming hybrids of hybrids.
The original hybrids.
The original hybrids.
No
I
one
like
wants
that.
to call it what it is, but it is. That is it. CrossFit is the original hybrid. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, someone who's physically capable in this variety of domains.
Yeah, and I even think in the future we'll see a lot of our higher level athletes not just dabbling into Hyrox because it's a fun thing to do or a sponsor's telling them to do it, but CrossFitters are some of the most competitive individuals,
Yeah.
even inside of the affiliate setting. And so if they're going to do anything, they want to do it very, very well.
Right.
And that's what we find in an affiliate setting anyway. It's like you walk in, you see someone doing, ring muscle ups on day one. You're like, I want to do that one day.
Yeah.
And eventually you get it. And then you're like, I want to be better at it. And you get it. And then you're like, okay, I want to be able to do that in a competition setting. And you go do that. So if you take that same thought process, throw it into Hyrox, there's a lot of potential there for a CrossFit to do very well, especially for our elite level athletes as well.
Yeah, it takes a competitive individual to be like, I don't want to just be the best at one of these modalities. I want to be the best at all of them.
Yeah.
So I feel that. But tell us about your presentation that you put on here at AffiliateCon.
So today the presentation was about the becoming a remote coach from implementation. So day one to execution of actually signing up your first athlete. Tomorrow's presentation is about introducing more sports-specific competitors programming within the fabric of the affiliate programming, so it keeps the community feel. So it's really for those gyms that want to have more competitive feel, or even cater to the athletes that are competitors without making them feel like they're separate from the community. Which when I first started in 2013, that was probably one of the most difficult things to do, because we had a lot of athletes that wanted to be fitter, and it was hard to conceptualize how to achieve community,
Right.
but also give them what they want. So that's what the topic will be about tomorrow.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the high level competitors, they are part of that community as well. So to be truly inclusive is to also include them. So I love that, man.
Exactly.
You're going to be a busy guy.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be fun, and it gives me 45 minutes to word vomit on people, and then tomorrow night it's off to Scotland to Rogue.
That's awesome. That's how long is that flight?
I want to say 10 hours to
right, yeah.
to London from here, and then short flight from London to Aberdeen.
Nice. You can do some Highland games when you're out there.
I've heard about it, but I'm not quite sure the Highland Games. Is that?
So I only have a rough understanding myself. We actually have a Wodify employee who does them. Shout out to Tim. I believe he competes in the Highland Games.
That's cool.
But you wear a kilt. That's the most important thing.
Sold.
And it's a throw sport, I think. So it's like it's throwing implements. Like there's like a high throw where it's almost like in World's Strongest Man where they throw. They have to clear the bar.
Is this the one that the Queen would go to?
I don't know, but that sounds right.
Yeah, I
That
feel like
sounds
I've
right.
seen a documentary on this.
I think there's like an anchor or like a hammer throw too. That's like when it's almost like
And
throwing
that's
a
in
discus.
Scotland.
Yes.
The Highland Games.
Yeah. It's here now too. It's all over the place. It's
Okay.
getting pretty popular, but it originated there.
Okay.
So,
all right, I'm gonna
check
have to
it out,
go
man.
Take a look at it. I mean, it's not the most beautiful weather over there right now. So if there's an opportunity to walk past it and get indoors, maybe we'll see it. But
Amen.
it'd be cool, honestly, to even have our athletes mess around with some of the implements safely.
A true hybrid athlete also
That's
can
true.
wear a kilt and throw shit around.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, they do a lot of strongman implements out there every year, and so if there's a little bit of Highland,
Paying
flavor
homage.
to to it. It'd be pretty cool to watch some of these high level athletes do that.
Awesome, man. Well, Matt, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Appreciate it.
Matt
Thanks for having
Torres,
me.
Brute Programming.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.